Alrighty, what's up, my peeps? Peter Joseph here for a late night video right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe right now to this channel and my other channels down there. You know where they are, in the description box below. And as always, follow me on social media if you dare. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're, gotta be real, if you're not, you need a fucking life, bitches. And a smack in the face. And also share the video all over the internet. Most importantly, tap and slap that bell. Basically treat it like it's your bitch. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn video. And if you do, well, fuck you, man. Pretty much it. You missed it. You missed it, assholes. You're pretty much SOL, and you know what that means. Haha. That. Let me move on. So, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you wish, and follow me on social media. Share the video over the internet. Don't forget to tap that bell so you don't miss the next video or any future videos. That's it. That's it. And if this is your first time watching, welcome to the party, pal! Hope you enjoy the ride. If not, you can hop off and go on somebody else's channel that barely gets any views. Those boring as fuck gaming videos with like 2 people watching. And it gets like 5 views. Horrible. You wanna go support that, then go ahead. You wanna support a guy that has 45 subs and he only gets barely like 5 views, then go ahead. Be my guest, but if you want to come here and get great wrestling content or anything I feel like talking about, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't care about my views. If my views get like, if I get 600 views, that's fine. That's great for me. But, you know, I'm not here for views and, you know, how many subs I get. If I get like 1,500 subs, great. I did something right. People watch my shit. Even if it's meaningless douchebag trolls that have no fucking lives. They think they're tough guys and they're not. They're not, because they hide behind a keyboard threatening shit and doing all their illegal bullshit. It's gonna catch up to them pretty soon. Not my problem. I care less about those fuckers that I'll never meet in the history, not even history, I'll never meet ever. Whether it be here in New York or wherever I move to eventually. When I'm an old gray bastard. I wouldn't even care about YouTube that much. I wouldn't even give 2 shits. I'll be focused on the rest of my life and collecting my retirement and my pension and all that other shit. I don't have to worry about 20, 30-year-old basic douchebags that have nothing going for them because I don't have no job and they can't get real pussy like I do. They don't have all the success that I've had in my 46 years on this godforsaken planet. It is what it is. I mean, they're not going to have the sub count I have or the views I get. They'll never be, you know, great ranters or anything. They'll never amount to anything. But if they want to be tough guys, then you know what's going to happen to the wannabe tough guys that think they can take the law into their own hands? They're going to fail miserably. That's it. You're not cops. You're not like freaking, you know, you're not these people, like this person, this other person. You're a bunch of nobodies. Do something else with your life than try to ruin people's lives with your basic kindergarten bullshit. Get a fucking life and grow the fuck up. And if you can't do that, then you need a psychiatrist. And you need Jesus. I don't even think Jesus can help you. Where you're going. That's all I gotta say about that. I'm not gonna go into depth with that crap. Because I don't need to. I don't need to care about these insignificant fucktards that think they're like, oh, we're gonna ruin your life, we're gonna come down, we're gonna follow you and this and that. I ain't gonna do shit. Yeah, see you in 2024. You ain't gonna do nothing. Shut up. Just shut up. Words. Words. It's all words. That's it, but if you want to ruin your life so bad, then next place you're gonna see is a slammer. So don't cry to me when it happens to you. So that's it. What if the shoe was on the? What if you were getting all this bullshit that these fucking trolls do? What if it was you that got all this crap sent to you and wasting people's times, and you're getting it? You wouldn't like it, wouldn't you? Some of you wouldn't care, but you will care eventually. But I digress. Anyway, enough about that bull funky. Alright, it's late. I had a long day. Been sick like all day. All freaking day. But it is what it is. That's that. But you know, I got a brand new phone today, but I'm going to use that for work. I'm using the phone I have now just for video purposes now, but so I got really two phones, but one of them I actually use, so for, you know, calls and stuff for work related purposes basically, and texting Rosa when I go out, talk to my parents and talk to my friends. I'm using the phone. I'm currently using this phone just for video purposes. And it is what it is. I mean, this is a 64 gig. The one I have is 32, so I would do this on the new phone, but I don't know if I don't know if I can go like 45 minutes to an hour or 2 hours with that phone. I mean, it's 32 gigs, so I doubt it. So might as well just keep this phone. It goes 64 gig. I can go 3 hours with this phone. I'm fine with it. But it is what it is. So I got a new phone for work. So, but the one I'm currently using right now was my work phone, but I got a new phone. So it is pretty much what it is. So not losing any video. Not gonna be gone. I'm like, I can't use the phone. So I mean, it is what it is. But that's that. Anyway, on this not getting near late night. I'm just recording this now. So when you see this, it'll be put up by late probably, I don't even know. Probably by 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning you'll see this, but because I taped it late because I was basically knocked the fuck out the entire day. Because I had to work, and then I had a humongous headache at work. But I got through work, gonna make my money somehow. Excuse me. And then, basically the rest of the day, I was in and out of bed because my head was pounding. I had a massive migraine. So, I really didn't get much done. I mean, besides work, I got my shit done. And, I wanted to do some extra things in the house, but, I couldn't do it, and Rosa wasn't feeling well either, so both of us were kind of in and out of bed besides eating and everything, watching Raw, and, I did watch the entire episode of Raw, even though my head was spinning. I was, like, laying down on the couch for most of the night, in and out of Isa's chat, because I couldn't, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to take the night off. So, I was briefly in and out of Isa's chat tonight, so I already told her beforehand that I was going to be in and out of the chat, because my head was pounding. I didn't want to, spiel to her and everything, that, oh, I got a headache, But you know, who chat, even though if I said it, you know, it's like, oh, chat, your chat was like, oh, is, as always, is so freaking caring for me and everything. So, and I didn't play the, oh, poor me card, you know, not the simp card, the ever popular, oh, poor me card. You just run the ESA for your problems. No, I don't, really. I was like going on their chat to talk about wrestling, that's it. You don't like it? Too fucking bad. Why do you, why do you even care about what I do in my personal business? Who cares? Why do you even care? Is it because you have nothing to do with your life? You don't have a job, you don't have a social life, you have to go on YouTube and try to think you're big and bad when you're not? You're not. Some of you are not. You think you are, but you're not. That's it. Alright, enough about that. Alright, so let's get into your WWE Monday Night Raw review for tonight. September the earlier tonight, September the 25th, 2023, or if you're now watching this, it's September the 26th, 2023, when you're probably watching this. So, hope you had a great Monday. For all my Jewish fans out there, and I got a lot of them, among my other peeps out there, hope you had a great Yom Kippur, which ended today. So it was started on sundown yesterday, or Sunday, and then ended today. So hopefully I had the Jewish New Year, and got a few other Jewish holidays coming up, non-related, but it is what it is. So happy Rosh Hashanah, happy Yom Kippur to all my Jewish fans out there. Hope you have a great New Year, and whatever number is up to, I don't even know. But hope you have a great Jewish New Year, and pretty soon we'll be talking about Hanukkah, which comes up in I think late December, coming around like Christmas, which is rare to have Christmas and Hanukkah around the same goddamn time. That's weird. You have 8 crazy nights, and then you have Christmas, and you have Christmas and New Year's the same, not Christmas, New Year, Christmas Eve and Christmas the same night as like the 3rd or 4th night of Hanukkah. So if you're half Jewish and half American, you get a lot of presents. Lucky you. And that's pretty much it. Then we got Kwanzaa for all my African American peeps. Love you all. And that's pretty much it. So, but hope you had a great Monday, and I hope you have a great final week of September. As we end September, this Saturday. Saturday's the last day of September. We start the new month, the spooky month of October, this Sunday. So a little over a month, and then we got Halloween. Let me move on with that. Briefly before I move on, I heard a rumor that the movie Halloween, the Michael Myers movie, Michael Myers might be coming back for another Halloween movie. Because Miramax and a lot of other production companies like Paramount are actually trying to get the rights to Halloween, the Halloween series. I don't know what they're going to do with it. I mean, Michael died in the last one. Technically, if you know Michael Myers, was that really Michael Myers at the end of that movie? I still think it's the copycat. But then again, who knows? But blah 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 blah. Yeah, I spoiled the end of the movie for you. It wasn't even a good movie. It was not a good movie. I'm sorry. That movie was so fucked up. And you barely even see Michael Myers in that movie. Barely. I'm like, what is this? oh, some guy turns into Michael. I'm like, what? Copycat. What is this, freaking Halloween 5? When the little girl had Michael's powers at the end of, if you saw it, at the end of Halloween 4, she turns into Michael, she has the power, she's grabbing a knife. And then freaking Dr. Limb's like, oh no! And then if you see Halloween 5, then you know. It's basically almost like the same freaking movie, but at least you see Michael more in Halloween 5 than this fucking movie. But now if he's coming back, how is that, theoretically, how is that possible? He died. Are they going to do a new storyline? People saying that on Twitter that they're going to do like a prequel that, basically Rob Zombie's Halloween, where they show young Michael killing his family, he goes to prison. I mean, how is that possible? How can you do a young Michael series? He was in prison the entire time, and he grew up to be what Michael Myers is, the adult Michael. I'm like, how is that possible? What is he gonna... That makes no sense to me. Does he get out, and he kills people as a kid, and he goes back to jail? Makes no sense. Then they're thinking about a TV series based off Halloween Season of the Witch. Why? I mean, at least make it better. If you want to do a Halloween series with Michael Myers in it, a TV series, mind you, like Chucky, put Michael in it. You just can't have a series without Michael. It makes no fucking sense. Like Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Had nothing to do with Michael. They just like, oh, we just call it Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. And doesn't have nothing to do with Michael Myers. Oh, it's the night before he came home. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That movie sucks so bad, and people actually like that movie. How? Just because I have that stupid fucking demon, a pumpkin, as the killer? I mean, come on now. That's stupid. That's the stupidest, lamest fucking thing I ever heard. Halloween 3 should never have been made. It should have been its own freaking thing. Just call it Season of the Witch. Then, really, what was Halloween 4... which was, I think, was the Return of Michael Myers. Should have been Halloween 3. Halloween 5, The Curse of Michael Myers, I think was 5. Halloween 5 should have been 4. Halloween 6 should have been 5. Resurrection should have been 7. H2O should have been 8. And then, really, the Rob Zombie movies were 9, 10, 11. And then the new Michael Myers movies that came out, the trilogy was 12, 13, 14. Or 12, whatever it's up to now. Halloween 3 should never have been made. It makes me freaking insane talking about it. Had nothing to do with Michael. Why did you even call it Halloween 3? But if you want to redo, I would really redo Season of the Witch. Just don't call it Halloween, just call it Season of the Witch. Make it a TV series out of it. But if you really want to do Halloween 3, Season of the Witch as maybe a TV show or recreate it, then put Michael in it. Not at the end, put him in the entire movie. Maybe Michael finds a witch or something like that, and maybe he teams up with a witch. I don't know. Basically, everybody's kind of dead in the Halloween world. I think Tommy Doyle died. I forgot what number he died in. I think it was the earlier, the new series I think he died in, not the Rob Zombie ones, obviously. Laurie Strode is basically still alive, but she's old, You're not going to get Jamie Lee Curtis to reprise that role. She's done with that. So, if they recreate or bring back Michael Myers for maybe one, maybe more movies, who knows? Who's going to be Laurie Strode? The, what's her name? Scout? I forgot his last name, Scout, who played Laurie Strode in the Rob Zombie movies, the only 2 ones that he made. Really should have been 3, but you could do that. It should be a little bit older, so you could kind of do that timeline, if you will. I don't know. I don't know what it would do with another Halloween movie. How can they... I mean, if you're going by the timeline that they did, then how would Michael come back? Unless you do season of the witch, and then maybe, like, the witches, do it like a seance to resurrect Michael from the dead. That could work. Maybe. I don't know. Like, they resurrect Michael, and then Michael in turn turns on them. It's like, kills all of them. And then he kills that, stupid pumpkin guy with a stupid theme. I don't know. I mean, if you have a scenario how Michael would come back, put it in the comments section. But, like I said, we'll talk about that during Halloween. But we got Saw X coming out, I think this week. This weekend, I think, is coming out. Saw 10. Oh, great, Jigsaw comes back, yay! I mean, with all the freaking kills in that movie, holy shit. Those are some sick fucking scenes. And they got another Exorcist movie coming out. Then they had The Nun Part 2. Wasn't even that scary. I've seen it, but it was like, I mean, The Exorcist, what's it called? The Exorcist Believer, or whatever it's called. Big goddamn whoop. Like, two girls get demonic possession. It's the basic same demonic possession movies that we've seen before. The Nun, The Conjuring series. It seems like the horror genre has just gone downhill for years. I mean, you can't do anything with Michael Myers anymore. I mean, Chucky's got his own series, which is great. Season 3 starts next Wednesday. I can't wait for that. The kill count is gonna go way up from the last 2 seasons. But I doubt there's gonna be another Friday the 13th movie. They've been talking about it. Same thing with Freddy Krueger. Been there, done that. Don't know what they would even do with that. Any really, all the big main freaking horror movies that came out, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they made to now it's a game, it's on a PC, it doesn't really look that great. I mean, I think Friday the 13th, the game, I think it was on PS4. I think it's on PS4. That's a very good game. Not like the original NES game, which is, I mean, if you play that game, that's pretty damn good. But Jason's like a bitch sometimes, he just shows up randomly. I'm like, you have to save all these kids from Jason, and you go to the house, and then Jason's just there, and you like throw your fucking knife or machete or whatever. And then he kills you. I'm like, how? And you got all the life things. It's just weird. Then you go into a cave, you see his mom. But, yeah, like I said, the horror genre is just bad. It's just bad. I can't get into any of the horror movies anymore. I just can't, because basically, anytime you see a horror movie, it's either a demonic possession movie, or basically that's it. Basically, demonic possession, or like some demonic killer, or something like that. Not like we used to know. I mean, how many more fucking demonic possession movies are we gonna get? That's the same fucking plot. Same fucking people dying. And then at the end, they kill the kid and then it's over. I'm like, come on. The power of Christ compels you! I've heard that before. The Scream movies, The last couple, Scream 5 and Scream 6. I didn't even like Scream 6. It was so weird and dumb. I mean, they made a new Hellraiser with a female Hellraiser. I actually liked it, but it didn't feel like it was a Hellraiser movie because it was like female Pinhead. I'm like, eh. But some of the kills in that movie was sick. Some sick ones, especially with the. I don't want to go into that one, but yeah, the horror genre has just gone, kind of got stale real quick. And basically now it's just, if you want to have a horror movie, especially around Halloween, all you're going to get is demonic possession movies or aliens or whatever. It's boring. I'm like, oh, come on. Another demonic possession movie. Oh, Saw 10's back. Okay. Yeah, Jigsaw's back. Great. More death, you know. But it's so much, I mean, the main villains that we all know and love, what are we going to do with them now? And I hate, you know, going back to the beginning shit, you know, rebooting it and all this stuff. Some of the reboots have been... I mean, when Rob Zombie took over and kind of rebooted Halloween, the first one I didn't even like because there was no freaking plot. It was supposed to be a recreation of Halloween 1, and some of the scenes were like, this didn't happen in the original. I was like, I didn't really like it. And then the second one was actually good, because it actually kind of took off from a little bit of part 2, and then actually was good. And then the new reboot they did, the first 2 were pretty good, and then Halloween Ends was just bad. Very bad. Horrible. I think that movie should have never been made. They should have just threw that movie out and just like, That was like, that movie is basically the updated version of Season of the Witch. That's how bad it is. It feels like an updated version of Season of the Witch. You barely see Michael. Even though in the original, you don't see Michael, so. But if they're gonna do another reboot of Halloween, do it right, please. But like I said, what timeline do you use? And how do you bring Michael back if you go further? Like, the after events of Halloween Ends. How is that possible? I mean, Laurie Strode can be dead and buried. And then they go with their kids, which one of them died. Oops! So they go with the other kid. Now she's being tormented by... Maybe Michael had a kid, you know... I don't know how do we do it. Maybe Michael banged some chick and he had a kid. I don't know. And then the kid grows up to be like his dad. Or maybe they used the copycat idea from Halloween Ends. I don't know. What's this guy named Corey? I think his name is Corey. Don't even call him Michael, call him Corey. But it is what it is. Alright, I talked way too much about movies and shit like that. I'm getting tired. Alright, so let's get into Monday Night Raw from tonight. And actually it was better than last week's Snooze Fest. But this was a pretty decent show. The ending of this fucking show was just chaotic. With the main event being for the undisputed tag team titles. We had the Judgment Day, the law firm of Fiend Balor and Damian Priest, Poppy Priest, and your Money in the Bank, against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And the way that ended with all the chaos that happened with JD McDonough, Jey Uso, McDonough. Just chaos. Utter freaking chaos. And we have, finally we have a match for Fastlane. Possibly a second one. And maybe a third. Actually, we got really 4 matches. announced. We got Cena against Jimmy Uso and Solo, which may turn into a tag team match if Friday, because I think Eli Drake will join up with Cena to take on Jimmy and Solo. And then we might have a Intercontinental title match. Actually, we don't actually, because wait. No, it is gonna. I think I gotta read my notes. I forget. My head's not with me right now. Anyway. So we got some matches going for Fastlane finally. Thank the Lord for that. Probably get more on Friday night. SmackDown this Friday night. But we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so we are from the Toyota Arena in Ontario, California. Remember what happened a year ago? On BTE, it was not a year ago. Oh, was it a year ago? About a year or two ago, with the BTE invasion. We all remember that. Same fucking arena. So, from Ontario, California, at the Toyota Arena. So, our commentary team, as always on Monday Night Raw, Mitchell Cole and Bad News Reed Barrett. Now I'm afraid I got some bad news for you. Pretty much it. Alright, so we start off Raw. I wish we didn't start off Raw with this guy. Now, originally, I saw on Twitter that it was supposed to start off with Tegan Nox and her story. I'm like, okay. That's an interesting way to... They bring out Tegan Nox, we talk about her story from NXT. Whoop-de-doo. Okay. But we didn't get that. We start off with, yeah, Cody! MDK only Cody! Cody Rhodes, ladies and gentlemen, the American Nightmare! Comes out to his goddamn theme song, Adrenaline in my soul! Here's Cody Rhodes with a missionary-style promo! No! Seems like every fucking Monday night we have to start with Cody. Why? It's like Roman says, it's like missionary position every single night. Ugh. That's why WWE is so boring at times. That's why Raw sucks. And wait till Cody most likely goes to SmackDown. When Roman's not there, we got Cody Rhodes every week on SmackDown. Nobody wants to hear from this guy. I mean, come on. But anyway, he comes out, kissing babies, hugging people. I'm like, I'm Superman! So he comes out, but before he even speaks, thank the Lord he didn't have to speak first, we got a video package from last week where Jey Uso refused to join the Judgment Day, and then he had a match with Drew McIntyre, who went on to defeat Jey thanks to the Judgment Day's backfiring of their distraction, and then afterwards they beat up Jey, and then Cody Rhodes makes a save as Drew is like, oh, I'm not gonna help. Rock him! You know? So we get that. So then we go to the ring, Cody welcomes us to Monday Night Raw! Then he's like, hey, what do you want to talk about? But he didn't thankfully he didn't say that this week. He says, hey, can I indulge you for a moment? He says, I'm going to turn my back to look at a sold-out crowd in Ontario, California. Cheap pop. So Cody says that he's been trying to address this subject for 2 weeks now. When that is main event Jey Uso, who gets a little bit of a mixed reaction from the crowd. Jey coming to Monday Night Raw means someone will be drafted to Friday Night SmackDown. Cody. I wonder when they're going to do that. I wouldn't be surprised if it's this Friday night. And it also means a disgruntled locker room for people who think Cody should let Jey Uso think. But that's not that's not what I can do. Well, we're not the best of friends. Perhaps there are other reasons that Jey Uso is on Monday Night Raw. Then he goes into, well, maybe we're not in the third inning yet, or anymore. Yeah, we're in the fifth inning, actually. Well, fourth inning. I don't even know what inning we are in. Go ask Paul Heyman what inning we're in. We're not in the third inning anymore, obviously. We're in like the probably the rain delay. I don't even know where we are. I think we're going into about the fifth inning. Maybe the fifth inning. Maybe the sixth, I don't know. But we got a long way to go. Say that much. But, yeah, Cody says that crap. He says, regardless, he wasn't going to stand by and watch a man get jumped by 3 others for making the right decision, meaning Jey Uso. So he said, Jey, you made the right decision to turn down the Judgment Day's offer. And then he says, Judgment Day is undoubtedly the most toxic faction in history. You forgot about the NWO? And a whole bunch of others. So anyway, on cue, the Judgment Day comes out. The Undisputed Tag Team Champions, the law firm of Finn Balor and Damian Priest, along with the NXT North American Champion, who's got a match with Dragon Lee coming up later tonight, and that is Dominic Guerrero Resi, Latino Heat. And still, minus her absence, Mommy Rhea Ripley still hanging out in Australia, mate, with her fiancé, Buddy Matthews. Lucky him. Well, I mean, they're probably there to promote, the Elimination Chamber. Well, Mommy Rhea Ripley is. Because it's in her basic home country, along with Buddy Matthews, Grayson Waller, and Bronson Reed. I think some other people might be happy about that. That are from Australia, mate. February the 24th, 2024. We got that. So anyway, they come out, and Finn Balor asked Cody, why do you always have to stick your nose in our business? So then Poppy Priest says they gave Jey Uso an opportunity to join them, and he turned them down. And Cody, you couldn't help yourself, and you want to save the day because you think you're Superman. It's all about you. And then Dom Dom goes to speak, but the piped-in crowd boos have to drown him out. But anyway, he starts flipping out. And as they go into the ring, he's like, "Gaya la boca!" Hey, Dom, if you really want to be a real prick, get the chancla out, Pendejo. Cabrón, So, they eventually kind of get in the ring, and Dom Dom says Jey Uso will pay for disrespecting them, and it's all your fault, Cody. Pretty much is. So Cody goes to speak, and says, it was rude of me, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry, that was rude of me. Continue. So Dom Dom goes to speak, more piped-in boos drown him out, and then Cody says that Poppy Priest talked about the Judgment Day being a real family, and he says, Dom, you have a real family, and they can't stand you. And the bigger question is, why they haven't come into the ring? They're still outside the ring, right near the entrance. So Cody's like, this is Monday Night Raw. And he's like, well, before you guys come in the ring, you're all defending your belts tonight. But what happens when Mommy Rhea Ripley comes back and you lose all those titles and she comes back and you're all empty-handed? So then Dom Dom gets all mad. He says, hey, you don't talk to Mommy like that, ese! Keep Mommy's name out your mouth, pendejo! Damn, Dom. Anyway. So it looked like they were about to get in the ring, and then Jey Uso comes from I don't know where, and stands alongside Cody. And then, well, the Judgment Day like, hey, we still got the advantage 3-on-2. But then we see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn come out from the crowd, making it a 4-on-3 situation. So they start backing up a little bit, and then we see JD McDonough join them. So I'm like, maybe, well, I was thinking maybe we were gonna 8-man tag, but I was like, oh right, the title match, so we can't do that. So JD comes out with not one but 2 steel chairs, gives one to Finn Balor. They charge the ring. Dom reluctantly follows behind. I'm like, come on, Dom, get in the ring, you asshole. And then they kind of get beat up, and then Damian Priest is basically a man on his own island, 4-on-1. He gets the crap beat out of him. Jimmy super kicks him. Cody cracks him in the back with a steel chair. And then Damian, has to leave the ring and fight another day, and he is pissed. Wouldn't you be if your comrades left you to die? I mean, hey, it feels like Wheeler Yuta. Because Wheeler Yuta's the type of guy to get beat up, and his friend's like, fuck you. He has no real friends, Wheeler Yuta. He has no real friends. That's how bad he sucks. It is what it is. Alright, so I gave that segment 3.25 out of 5 stars. And we're off and running on Monday Night Raw. And we got that. Then we get a little thing of what's to come later on in the main event. For the Undisputed Tag Team titles, we got Finn Balor and Damian Priest defending against Kevin and Sammy. And then Dominic Guerrero defending the North American title against NXT's Dragon Lee in his Raw debut. We got that. Alright, then we go to our first official match of the night. And I'm not going to read all this. I'm just going to paraphrase a little bit because I'm dead tired. I'm not going to read everything else, but it is what it is. Alright, so we go to our first official match of the evening. We have the Battle of the Big Fat Men. This match was literally big, beefy men slapping meat. We have the big fat man Otis of Alpha Academy. Sheesh! Sheesh, please. And conspicuous by his absence was Chad Gable. I'm like, where's Chad Gable in this? Did he get hurt? I think he got hurt. Or he took the week off. I don't know. But Otis comes out with basically his girlfriend, Maxine Dupree. Looking hot as always. God damn you, Marcel Barthel. God damn it. Should have been me. But anyway, he takes on Big Bronson Reed, a man from Australia, mate. Man, they really had to reinforce the ring for this match. 700 pounds combined in that ring. But it went back and forth. They beat the crap out of each other. And at one point, Otis picked up Bronson Reed with an angle slam. I thought that was nice. And he did they ran the ropes and Otis goes, whoop! He did a front roll, holy shit! Big fat man doing that. You don't see that you don't see that a lot, but it is what it is. But anyway, blah, 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 blah. But we get near the end. Otis hits an avalanche on Bronson in the corner, falls flat on his face after that. Otis then rips his shirt off, thinking he's a big man, making Maxine Dupree wet in her panties. Then he does the Caterpillar elbow drop, goes to the second rope for a Vader bomb, but Bronson Reed moved. Then he hits a senton splash. He goes up top, hits Tsunami. 1, 2, 3. Big Bronson Reed gets the win. The match I gave 3 out of 5 stars. Like I said, literally big, beefy, fat men slapping me. It was a slobber knocker. And we move on with that. Alright, then we go backstage with the NXT Women's Champion, Becky the Man! Becky Lynch. Backstage, she's doing nothing, shining her belt. And then Tegan Knox, who was supposed to face her last week but got kicked off, is like, oh, you're going on main event. Face some mediocre talent. So Tegan Knox comes up to her, and Becky says, oh, I hope that you would have answered the open challenge. But Natalya, using her experience and, her senior card. They're like, all right, I'm going to be here longer. You know, I'm going to use my card. And we saw what happened last week. Becky beat her. Becky had a little bit of a tough time, but she still retained the title. So Tegan's like, yeah, I know, but I let her have her moment. So Becky's like, you should have done that. You got to take these opportunities because you're never going to get one at the rate that WWE Creative is. Which, as we all know, WWE Creative is uncreative about being creative. Oh, absolutely. So Becky's like, never give up on an opportunity. So she's like, after I beat Tiffany Stratton, Daddy, at No Mercy, I'll give you the next shot. So that will happen next week, actually. So Tegan Knox will face either Becky or Daddy's little girl, Tiffany Stratton. And we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. Alright, so I get that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And we move on. Alright, there we see the Psycho Killer, Tommaso Ciampa, make his way to the ring. He will face Ludwig Kaiser of Imperium. Coming up next. But before we get to that match, we go to Adam Pearce's office. He's on the phone again. I wonder who he's talking to. Probably Hunter. Saying that they haven't figured out who is being traded to SmackDown yet. That's probably the longest freaking negotiation ever. Who's going to SmackDown? How long are we gonna go with this? 6 months? Was this Emelina all over again? 6 months? We have all these vignettes for like 6 months, and then she finally comes out. Does a stupid Emelina gimmick, which lasted like, what, 5 minutes? Stupid. But anyway, blah, blah, blah. And then Tegan Knox comes in, asks for an opportunity at the NXT Women's title. And then Natalya comes in and says, I want a rematch. I didn't, this and that, complaining as usual. And Tegan's like, well, you had your shot and you lost. So Natalya says, I'm very passionate about my title matches. Yeah, right. But Tegan says, well, I'm not the only one who's passionate. I want my shot. So they start bickering, and then Adam Pearce has to break it up. Says, I can't just hand out title opportunities. You have to earn them. But you can have a match in that ring later on later on tonight. So then Natalya says, well, I hope you don't forget your table manners there, Tegan. And then Tegan's like, I'm starving. So we'll see what happens with that. Tegan Knox versus Natalya. That's it. At least finally they're showcasing some of these people that not getting any opportunities, like Tegan Knox. So, yeah. That's good. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. We move on. Alright, then we get to a segment from early in the day where Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci, Fabian Aichner, they start taunting Tommaso Ciampa. And then Ciampa says, well, I'll beat you, and then after that, I'm going to take your boy Walter's belt. So we got that. So that leads us into our next match, Tommaso Ciampa versus Ludwig Kaiser, as Samantha Irvin would say, along with Fabian Aichner at ringside. And it was a pretty decent match. Back and forth, hard-hitting match. We see Walter watching from the back intently. He's like, And then we get the Ciampa hits the Widow's Bell for a near fall, and then tries to go for the fairy tale ending, and Marcel kind of fights out of that. And then he lifts Ciampa up, but Ciampa slides off and hits a Scorpion Death Drop. And then he pulls his knee pad down, about to go for that ripcord V-trigger, if you will. But Fabian Aichner gets on the apron to distract him. And then Ciampa knees him right in the face. And then Michael goes like, I think he broke his nose. And like we see like Marcel like, oh my nose, like this. And the referee's trying to check on him, get him out of the ring. And Ludwig Kaiser hits a sick-looking enziguri, goes for the cover, but the referee's still dealing with Fabian Aichner, getting him out of the ring, or trying to get him out of the ring, and then Marcel Barthelo's pissed. He's like, get the fuck out of my ring, what are you doing? And then Ciampa gets right back up, hits that ripcord knee, boom, laid out. Marcel Barthelo goes for the cover, 1, 2, 3, Tommaso Ciampa, the Psycho Killer, gets the win. Match was alright, gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, he looks in the camera and starts yelling at Walter that he's gonna take everything from him, including that title of his. So we got that, and we move on. And Walter is pissed. Oh boy. We got that. Alright, then we get a video package on Dragon Lee. Pretty nice. Then we see the NXT Women's Champion, The Man! Becky Lynch make her way to the ring. She's going to be on commentary for Tegan Nox and Natalya. So Becky says she puts herself over as being a Grand Slam champion. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, so we get to Tegan Nox and Natalya. It wasn't really a great match. Tegan tried for the the shiniest wizard. Natalya avoided it, rolled her up with a quick roll-up for a near fall. Then she connects with a sit-up powerbomb for another near fall. She tries to go for the sharpshooter, but Tegan got to the ropes and pulls her into the ropes, which then kind of gave Natalya a little bit of whiplash. And then Tegan comes off the ropes with the shiniest wizard. 1, 2, 3. Tegan Nox gets a shocking victory over Natalya. And Becky, I think, was impressed. It's like, impressive. So we'll see what happens with that. Next week, we will have Tegan Nox getting her first official major title shot against either Becky or Daddy's favorite girl, Daddy! Tiffany Stratton. So we'll see what happens with that. But at least, finally, Tegan Nox gets a title shot. So, can't go wrong with that. And we move on. Alright, then we go to a very heated segment where we're in Judgment Day's locker room. We have Finn Balor, Dominic Guerrero, let's say, and then JD McDonough, in there. And then Poppy Priest just like barges in. And he's like, picks up a chair and just like throws it. Everybody's like, oh shit! And then he basically gets in JD McDonough's face, and like JD McDonough's about to shit himself. And then Dom's like, oh! And Finn's trying to break it up, and Demon's like, I don't give a shit, get the fuck out of here! So, Poppy Priest basically doesn't care who JD McDonough is friends with. I don't give a shit who you're friends with. He's like, get out of my locker room! So JD's like, okay. He ran out like he was about to die, like his life depended on it. I was scared for my life, like Tony Khan. Like it's CM Punk. Like CM Punk's gonna beat up Tony Khan. I mean, come on. I was scared for my life, so I had to fire Phil. Anyway, so I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, after that, we hear the music of the World Heavyweight Champion, the man in red, Seth freaking Rollins. He comes out in red. Looks like Clifford the dog. He has probably the greatest fit ever in the world of wrestling right now. His gear tonight was not sponsored by the Men's Warehouse. Because when you go to the Men's Warehouse, you want to get something better than that. Because you're going to like the way you look. I can guarantee it. But yeah, I think he's kind of messing around in East's chat. It's like Seth's Fit, sponsored by members only. and then I try to be sarcastic. I was like, damn, Seth Rollins looks like a red freaking fruit roll up, or like he looks like a red condom, a flavored condom like red, like cherry or whatever color red, whatever flavor. It is what it is. But anyway, he comes out and well, he's gonna try to get an answer from Shinsuke Nakamura. So we got that. So he comes out, the crowd's still singing his goddamn song, welcomes us to Monday Night Rollins. So Rollins like, I want to play a game. So with the crowd, he's like, if you're sick and tired of as he is, of Shinsuke Nakamura ducking and dodging him, sing my song. We get that from the marks in the crowd. And then, he's like, if you think it's time for me to defend the World Heavyweight title, sing my song a little bit louder. And it's much louder, like really loud. So Rollins like, for weeks, I wanted a rematch from Shinsuke, but he's been avoiding me. So right here, right now, I want an answer from you, Shinsuke. So let's have it. So he's like, Shinsuke, if you don't agree to a rematch, I'm not going to give you the title opportunity. And I'm just going to move on and go on to something else. And he's like, there are a million capable talents in the locker room that can fight me for the belt, and I want to fight. So he basically gives Shinsuke his final chance, and now the floor is his. So we wait, and then Shinsuke appears on the Titantron. We get one of those epic freaking Japanese promos with the subtitles. So Shinsuke's like, well, Rollins gave him the time and place, and that Rollins has so many demands, it's no wonder his body's giving out on him. Shinsuke wants to be the straw that finally breaks the camel's back, per se, but he has some restraint. And Shinsuke's like, I'm a patient man, and I haven't played all my cards yet. I haven't shown my cards yet, my what I got. He says Rollins has showed all his cards. And then Shinsuke basically challenges to a match so brutal that Rollins will not be able to walk, and his daughter will look at him with shame. So I'm like, Hell in a Cell? Or maybe a submission match? But so Shinsuke basically gives Seth one last chance at a fight, and to hear his theme song played, and the fans, all that shit. So Shinsuke then accepts the challenge at Fastlane, so that's the first official match made for the show. Even though Cena and Solo and Jimmy kind of official, but that's gonna change because, as always, cards subject to change. So that's gonna be changed on Friday to a tag team match. So Shinsuke challenges Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship in a last man standing match. Oh, this is gonna be brutal. And if there was ever a time to pull the trigger with Shinsuke, it is at Fastlane. So if they don't do it, I don't think Shinsuke is ever going to become champion. Kind of like Cody. We get that. Alright, so we get that, and then Rollins cuts another promo, and he's kind of like upset, and he's kind of irritated. He talks about the match, saying that no pinfalls, a submission, basically a fight. Two men walk in, one walks out, and kind of commends Shinsuke for playing his cards right. Picked the perfect match. But he made one mistake, and and then Cody, Seth thinks that Rollins' broken back is a weakness to be exploited, and thinks Shinsuke can beat him so bad that his daughter will be ashamed to even look at him. And Seth's like, my broken back is not a weakness, it's a strength, and the only way my family will be ashamed of me is if I don't give it every single thing I got. Then he goes, my family loves me, but they also know that I love wrestling. And he starts pacing around the ring. He's really passionate about this promo. And he says, Shinsuke, if you think you don't know that every time I step in the ring might be my last match, and if you think I will give any less than 100%, you're delusional, you're crazy. So then I thought he was going to go into Steiner math, because like, my 100% makes me the best in the world and the world heavyweight champion. So a little bit of a CM Punk reference. I hope he doesn't come back to WWE. I hope not. Get him away from wrestling. Fuck him. And that's that. So Seth says, Shinsuke, if you want to get crazy at Fastlane in a last man standing match, only one of us will walk out of it, and it won't be you. It's going to be a visionary. It's going to be a revolutionary. It's going to be Seth freaking Rollins. And that's it. Segment over. Very good segment. So I gave that 3.5 out of 5 stars. So we'll see what happens at Fastlane in a last man standing match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Seth freaking Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura. Gonna be a slobber knocker. That's that. Excuse me. Let me take a little break from it. And as always, this break is sponsored by Pepsi. The drink of champions. That's it. Alright, after that we go to Jackie Redmond in the back with the highlight of the night, Ricochet. Who's on crutches after what Shinsuke did to him last week. Busted his knees completely up. I don't know how long he's out for, they never said it. So, basically, Jackie asks Ricochet, when are we going to see you back in the ring? Ricochet says, well, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It could be weeks, could be months, could be years, I don't know. But I'm here now, but I will absolutely return to the ring. And he makes one thing abundantly clear. He's like, I don't care who wins the last man standing match at Fastlane, whether they walk out or not. I got unfinished business with Shinsuke Nakamura. So, if Shinsuke wins the belt, then we got Shinsuke Nakamura versus versus Ricochet. Not that they're going to give the belt to Ricochet, but just saying. So we could get that, or we could just get another goddamn match. It's like the fifth or sixth match they had. Come on. Move on. Move on from these guys. I mean, do something else. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so I give that segment 3 out of 5 stars. Then we get a video package with the Judgment Day defeating Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a Pittsburgh street fight at Payback last month to win the Undisputed Tag Team belts. So a little bit of a preview for the main event. And then we get to the North American title match. We have Dominic Galero-Esse coming out by himself, taking on NXT's own, say that 5 times fast, Dragon Lee. This was a banger of a match. This was great. Back and forth they went. High flying moves. Dom goes for the Eddie Galero-Esse frog splash, but Dragon Lee got his knees up. Go to commercial. Dom uses Dragon Lee's mask, the dragon tail, the back of the mask, ties that to the ropes. Hey, we've seen that before with those guys named the Lucha Brothers. Someone's been watching AEW tapes. Move on. So back and forth they went. Dom hits a Michinoku driver for a near fall, and Dom's pissed. And then Dom drop kicks him into the middle rope. Goes for the 619. Dragon Lee avoided it. Kicks Dom down. Knees him in the side of the head. Ow. Gets a near fall out of that. And Dragon Lee's now getting a little bit pissed because he can't put Dom away. So get back to their feet. They trade punches in the middle of the ring. Dom knocks him to the corner. He goes for a charge. Dragon Lee drops him on the apron. Then he hits the ropes, jumps over the top to hit Dom with a Hurricane Rana off the apron. That was nice and crazy. Then he throws Dom in the ring, hits the Dragon Bomb, which is usually his finisher, the sit-out power bomb. It looks like a sit-out last ride, if you will, for a very near fall, 2.99995. Crowd's loving it. This is awesome. Chance. Then Dragon Lee goes to the top rope. Dom follows him, and then Dragon Lee knocks him down into the tree of woo. Then he hits the ever popular Alberto Del Rio stomp to the chest. And then leaves Dom in the corner. He charges, but Dom catches him with a crotch first slam on the top rope. Ow! That had to hurt. I mean, Dragon Lee felt that one. He's gonna feel it in the morning too. And then Dom follows it up with the Eddie Guerrero frog splash. You see that, Mr. Gilmore? You see that? Yes, I did. It's Joseph, by the way. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you see that? My son, he does it almost better than me. Yeah, he won too. You gotta be happy for your son, right, Eddie? Oh, yeah, I am so proud of my son. I am so proud. I am a better father than that pendejo Lay. So there you go. So Dom gets the win, retains the North American Championship. I legit thought that he was going to lose the belt tonight, but I have a feeling that tomorrow night, something's going to happen on NXT. Dragon Lee's going to appear, Dom's going to appear there, and they're going to do some segment. It was like, Dragon's like, oh, you cheated, you used the top rope to your advantage, blah, 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 I want a rematch. So probably get a rematch at No Mercy, and then maybe Dom loses the belt. But at this rate, I don't know. But, yeah, Dom has been really good as of late. Ever since joining the Judgment Day, he has been great. His matches have been pretty good. Pretty damn good on the mic. You know, I love this I love Dominic Mysterio right now. He's only 25, 26 years old. Not even in his prime yet. I'm telling you, prison changed that man. He served hard time, and he survived. And look at him now, man. About over a year in the Judgment Day, and he is probably one of the most fun heels I ever seen. He gets that heat from the crowd. He gets basically Vicky Guerrero heat, or X-Pac heat, if you will. You know, he plays it off. He has a great match, even though half the time he gets the crap beat out of him. I just felt last week was just a slap in the face. I'm like, why did he lose to Cody in 2 minutes? Then he goes to NXT, has a great match, I thought, a great match with Carmelo Hayes, and it went a little bit longer, like, 6 minutes longer than Cody Rhodes' match. So in a span of 8 minutes, he loses to Cody and then Carmelo Hayes. And you think, like, oh, now he's going to face Dragon Lee on Monday, and he's going to lose the belt. Wrong. Proved everybody wrong. But we'll see what happens tomorrow night on NXT, if there's going to be a rematch. I would assume there would be. But now that Mustafa Ali is gone, and we won't see him for 3 months, possibly he might appear in AEW, or maybe Impact. I'd rather him go to AEW, because I think Tony Khan can work with him and make him a star, whether it be a TNT champion, or just, one of those high flyers. I would love to see him and Sammy Guevara, the Spanish God, go at it one-on-one. I would love that match. How about Dolph Ziggler? Well, can't call him Dolph anymore. Now we gotta call him Nick Nemeth. That's his real name, Nick. Dolph Ziggler taking on Sammy Guevara. That would be epic. Dolph Ziggler and Kenny Omega. I think that would be a great match. And then again, he can team up with his brother Ryan and go after the tag team belts, whether it be Ring of Honor tag team belts or the AEW tag team belts. Then again, you can put Dolph in the world title picture. You can put him in the TNT title picture. You could even put him in the IC title picture, the international title. I think that would probably be the first belt he wins. Same thing with Ali. You can put him in the international title picture too. So you got some options. You can also put him in Ring of Honor. Maybe go for the pure title. Maybe go after the TV title or the world title. So you got a lot of options with Dolph Ziggler and Mustafa Ali in AEW, and then same thing in Impact. Put him for the X Division title or the world title, or maybe the digital media title, which is like a title. But there's a lot of options on the table for Mustafa Ali and Dolph Ziggler. Got a lot of options that you can go with. So we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, we move on. Alright, so Dom Dom gets the win, and the match I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was great. Great. Alright, there we see highlights of the destruction caused by Nia Jax over the last couple of weeks. And we saw her take out Mommy Rhea Ripley. She's still got bruised ribs. She's still week to week. We don't know when Mommy's coming back. Most likely at Fastlane to defend the title against Nia Jax. And I hope Rhea beats the crap out of her. She put out Raquel Rodriguez is out. Shayna Baszler is out now. Chelsea Green is out. Piper Niven basically got squashed. Raquel Rodriguez, like I said. Zoe Stark as well. So we get that. So Michael Cole does an in-ring promo with Nia Jax. But before we even get that, we go backstage with Jackie Redmond with Kevin and Sammy. She asks them what happened earlier in the night. And then Kevin's like, it wasn't even about helping Jey Uso. All Jey proved is that he wasn't with the Judgment Day last week. Really, Sammy was talking. Freaking Kevin's like, I need a Snickers. You know, get that man a Snickers stat. But anyway, so Sammy's basically like, all Jey cares about is getting his hands on the Judgment Day. Actually, Kevin did say a little bit, and then Sammy's, he's doing this, and then Sammy talks. So Sammy says this has nothing to do with Jey, Cody, or even Judgment Day. This is about two guys who started as kids, working their tails off together, meaning them, to get to the very top in the main event of WrestleMania. They won the belts at WrestleMania from, guess who? Jimmy and Jey. This is about getting back what is rightfully theirs. And then Kevin's like, I'm tired of talking. I just want to punch somebody's face in. Yep. That's pretty much it. So I give that 3 out of 5 stars. And, yeah. Somebody get Kevin Owens a lifetime supply of Snickers, because he needs it. Because we don't like when he's angry. Better? Better. And we move on. Alright, then we go to Michael Cole waiting in the ring. Then Nia Jax comes out. Cuts the worst promo I ever heard. And you thought Marina Shafir's promo in AEW was bad? Holy shit. She comes out and says, I'm the baddest human in the WWE. It looks like Michael Cole. And then goes on a Roman Reigns-esque promo. She says, Rhea Ripley smashed her. Raquel Rodriguez smashed her. Zoe Stark smashed her. Raquel Rodriguez smashed her. Shayna Baszler smashed. Chelsea Green smashed. Piper Niven smashed. I'm like, oh man, if Roman was on Raw, if Roman was in the back, he would have came out like, gimmick infringement. And then basically says, anyone who gets in the ring with me, basically is going to get squashed and hurt, because Nia Jax is like the fat version of Brie Bella, or Botch Bella, basically. She is so freaking bad in the ring. Why did they bring her back? That you release freaking Dolph Ziggler and Mustafa Ali, and they bring back this bitch? Really now? That's a Vince McMahon move. That's a definite Vince McMahon move. Right before he's gone. Doesn't have any control of his company anymore. He doesn't even own the company. He's like, oh, let's bring back Nia Jax. We're gonna get rid of Dolph Ziggler and Mustafa Ali. You're fired. They're gonna bring in Nia Jax, and if you don't like it, you're fired too. And then everybody else, like Nick Khan's like, oh, that's very good, Vince, very good. They bring in Nia Jax, that'll kickstart the women's division. So they basically brought back Nia Jax. So basically killed the entire women's division. Hurt and put them on the injured list, basically. Basically, the Raw women's division, half of them on the injured list. That's sad. And thank God Nia Jax is on Raw. If she was on SmackDown, I fear for Asuka. I fear for Kairi's on SmackDown, not yet officially, but she's there. She's going to SmackDown. I don't know when Kairi's gonna even debut. I was thinking, Asuka's there. She's having a feud with Io. I'm like, okay. Didn't you have a plan there, Asuka? Oh, I got plan B. Oh, where is it? You said that at SummerSlam, and what happened? You lost the belt to Bianca, who then lost it to Io. We heard Kairi was coming back. You said then you say you have a plan B, which was we all knew it was gonna be Kairi. Where is Kairi? By the way, happy birthday to Kairi a couple of days ago. I gave her a nice present. Hey, you know what that is. Ha! Pretty much it. But where is Kairi? Besides my bedroom, well, we all know that already. When is she gonna return? If Asuka says she has a plan B, or whatever plan she has, where's Kairi? Why is Asuka teaming up with Charlotte on SmackDown against Io and Bayley? Why? Why does that horseface bitch have to be involved? Why? That would have been a perfect time. Last week would have been a perfect time for Kairi to come back. Like, Asuka loses the match. And then, well, really, Dakota Kai can't do much. But Bayley could have came out and would have beat up on Asuka. Beating her down. Basically a 3-on-1 beatdown. And then the lights go out. Either the lights go out, or then we hear the epic music of Kairi Sane, the pirate theme. Not the one Corbin, This is the story of Jack Sparrow! We hear Kairi's theme, and everybody's like, wow, Kairi Sane! Kairi comes out, she sprints to the ring, and then her and Asuka beat down, basically, Bayley and Io. And there you go. You reform the Kabuki Warriors to go against Damage Control. Well, basically, Bayley and Io, until Dakota Kai comes back from her leg injury, which probably won't be till next year anyway. But last week was a good time to do it, but now when are we going to see Kairi? Next month? Next year? If it's not this year, I would most likely think it's going to be at the Royal Rumble. There's number 30 for you. How about Kairi Sane, number 30? Or at least maybe in the top 20 at least. Maybe she just comes back at number 6. Number 9, number 12, 13, 15. Io. Kyrie's coming back. I can't wait for that, man. If Kyrie comes back, she goes after Io. Holy shit! If you thought Asuka and Io's promos were interesting. Baka, 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 bitch! Imagine Io and Kyrie going at it in a promo. Japanese style. Whew! My dick would explode even more. It would be all freaking white stuff all over the freaking house. And on my television screen. That would be a great match at WrestleMania. Kyrie versus Io. 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 It's late. Yeah. But, I would love to see that. Maybe a triple threat. Asuka, Io, and Kyrie. Oh, man, the triple threat of all triple threat matches. I mean, that's my freaking... That's not even my fantasy. That's my freaking menage a trois I have in bed. Like, goddamn, who wins, sir? Well, I do. It is what it is. My Asian persuasion. My Asian triple threat. Right there in front of me at WrestleMania. For the women's title. Come on, Hunter. Come on, you know you're watching. You know you watch me, Hunter. And Steph. Hi, Steph. By the way, happy birthday, Steph! Happy birthday, Stephanie McMahon. Alright, you gotta love it. I actually said happy birthday to her on Twitter. So happy birthday, Steph. I wonder what Hunter gave her. You know what I gave her? Okay. I don't want to know. You have 3 kids. I don't even think you want number 4 there, Hunter. What do you mean? I got a big news. I got a lot of money. Okay, Hunter, shut up. Don't tell me to shut up. Okay. Now you have to stop. But anyway, yeah, that's that. Anyway, so getting back to Nia Jax's garbage Roman Reigns-like fucking promo that was garbage. So she talks about all the women she squashed. Why? Because I'm Nia Jax. I'm the baddest human being in all of WWE. I'm like, shut up. And thankfully, Zoe Stark comes out, gets right in her face. She's like walks up to Nia. Nia's like not giving a shit. And then Michael Cole's like, huh? Like, she forcefully, went up to Nia Jax, grabbed Michael Cole, like, get in here, I'm gonna talk on the mic. And then Zoe congratulates her on squashing her when her back was turned. And then Zoe's like, I dare you to do it to my face this time. So then, Nia just shoves her to the ground. They have a big shoving match. Michael Cole has to get out of dodge real quick. Lucky you. And then referees basically try to maintain order. You know, agents and Adam Pearce come out. They didn't really do nothing. And that was that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alright, then we find out that John Cena will battle Jimmy Uso and Solo Mibuki, Solo Sikoa, in a 2-on-1 handicap match at Fastlane. Subject to change, of course. We'll see what happens on SmackDown. That's that. Alright, then we go to Nia Jax and Zoe Stark. Put the kids to bed. Everybody grab some NyQuil. And if you thought the NyQuil waiters would put you to sleep, Nia Jax put us all to sleep. It wasn't even a competitive match. Kind of goes back and forth. You know, Nia hits the ring post, shoulder first, ow. I was just waiting for her to go on the apron, hit that goddamn leg drop, and then go, my My hole! Again, that would be funny. Blah, blah, blah. But anyway, Nia Jax beat the crap out of Zoe Stark, finishes it off with the Annihilator, or the Banzai! Dropped by Yokozuna. 1, 2, 3. Just the win. Big fucking whoop. 2 out of 5 stars. That's it. We move on. Alright, then we go to the back with Byron Saxton and that ugly looking mustache of his. Dude has like a almost like, not like a goatee, but he has like a mustache and a little bit of, stubble over here. Because I used to have, like, the porn stash almost. But yeah, I shaved, by the way. Because I gotta look good for you ladies. Gotta look good for her, too, But anyway, Byron's in the back with Jey Uso, who says, I don't want to join any groups or any factions, I just want to be me. Then he says, Cody took a chance on me, he didn't like the way the Judgment Day conducted business. And then Jay says, I know Kevin and me, we have legit beef, we'll never be friends, but me and Sammy, we're like peanut butter and jelly. Then he says, Sammy and Kevin got their title match coming up later on, and I'm going to keep an eye out for the Judgment Day. If they do any chicanery, I'm going to be out there. So we got that. So I give that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, after that, we're going to have Miz TV coming up with Drew McIntyre. But before that, we find out about the Elimination Chamber coming to Perth, Australia, mate, down under, February the 24th, 2024. I don't know how they're going to do... Oh, well, if it's at 8 o'clock on Saturday, what time is that in Australian time? Because it's a day later, because of the international dateline. So it's really Sunday. I think that's Sunday morning, I think. I could be wrong. But what time would that pay-per-view be? I would think it'd be early in the day, because of the time difference, the time and day difference, just like freaking Japan when they do Wrestle Kingdom. They show Wrestle Kingdom basically at night in Japan, a day after. We see it January the 4th, but it's January the 5th in Japan. And we get it at 3 o'clock in the morning. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning here in the States. Well, Eastern time. And, anywhere else is like a little bit earlier, except for if you're in Puerto Rico. Or whatever you may be. Yeah, so I would probably think that we're going to get Elimination Chamber probably in the afternoon here in the States. I would say maybe 4 o'clock-ish, maybe earlier than that, maybe between 1 and 4 at least, on Saturday, the 24th of February, but we'll have to see when we get there. God forbid they put it at like 2 o'clock in the morning, everybody's going to watch the Elimination Chamber at 2 o'clock in the morning? Was this Wrestle Kingdom? No, we're not going to watch it. Nobody's going to watch the Elimination Chamber at 2 o'clock in the morning. Get the fuck out of here. The only event I would stay up all freaking night is Wrestle Kingdom, because that starts at 3 o'clock and it doesn't end until about 6 o'clock in the morning. And then this past year, I watched the entire thing. Well, I watched up until about the end. I missed the main event, but then I took a quick nap, and then I got up and went to work, and then after work, I finished work, put back on Wrestle Kingdom and watched the main event, and then that was it. But I think next January 2024, I might stay up all night watching Wrestle Kingdom, depending how I feel. We'll see. That's that. Alright, we got that. Alright, then we go to the Judgment Day locker room. Once again, we see Fiend Balor congratulating Dom Dom on retaining the NXT North American title. He's like, where's Poppy Priest? And Dom's like, I don't know. So a little bit more tension within the group, if you will. So I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we go to Miz TV with Drew McIntyre. And basically Miz kind of sucks up to Drew, saying that, oh, you threw Jey Uso to the wolves last week. That's a Miz move. You know, Drew's not really saying anything. He's letting Miz spew it, flap his vagina, basically. Then he kind of is like, you were an unbeatable WWE champion, until you lost the belt. And then you had the opportunity of a lifetime to get the belt back in your hometown at Clash of the Castle, but you lost because the bloodline happened, and guess who beat you down? Jey Uso, time and time and time again, and Roman, of course, too. So Miz says Drew doesn't trust Jey because Jey only does what's best for him. And then Drew finally talks and opens his mouth and says, Coma's a bitch! And then Miz says, hey, Drew, you're like the Batman of WWE, and that makes Cody Rhodes Superman. Are we gonna get a Justice League now? Like, Cody's Superman and Drew's Batman. Who's Wonder Woman? Mommy Rhea Ripley, most likely. And then you got the Flash. We could put Nathan Frazier as the Flash because he kind of runs the ring like the Flash. And then you got, who else is in that goddamn group? Hawkeye? I think Hawkeye? Who's Hawkeye? Damian Priest, maybe, because he's the Archer of Infamy. Ah. So you have like a Justice League kind of faction with all those people. If you want to go technical with DC and everything. But anyway. So then Miz is like, hey Drew, how's it feel to be upstaged by Cody last week? But before Drew can answer, the New Day! They come out, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston! They come out, Kofi runs down Drew saying, we didn't know you were a cold-blooded piece of shit. That's not the Drew McIntyre we all know and love. And then Xavier Woods like, oh, we called you Big D, for the last few years. But now, then he kind of gets a little bit of attitude error, like, he says, oh, there might be some shrinkage on that end. And maybe his sword is too limp to get the job done. I'm like, ooh, that hurt. And then Miz starts shouting at him 5 times. And Drew's like, shut up, Miz, shut up, Miz, shut up, Miz, shut up, Miz. And then he's like, afterwards, that's it. Boom, Glasgow kiss. Knocks him out. Thank the Lord. And then Drew's like, hey, Kofi, if you want to, settle this like men, let's get in the ring, let's get it on. Not like that, but, So we get that. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. So coming up a little bit, we got Drew McIntyre against Kofi Kingston with Xavier Woods at ringside. We get that. Move on. Alright, before the match, we go backstage with Otis and the beautiful Maxine Dupree. And then Chad Gable, oh, there's where you were. You were sitting in the back and catering, right? Eating some salad. I don't know what you were eating. Anyway, Chad Gable comes up to them, says they had a great match. Well, he had a great match with Otis. And they're going to study the videotape to see what happened. Let's go to the videotape, like Warner Wolf of CBS 2 fame. Let's go to the videotape. Boom! Anyway, and then Ludwig Kaiser walks up to them and says, you guys celebrate losses while we in Imperium are winners. We celebrate our wins, I should say. So then Chad Gable says that, well, you lost there, Mr. Marcel Bartel. You lost, and you should be getting your, basically, tongue lashed by Walter. And then he tells him to let Walter know that he still has his eyes on the IC title. And then he's like, oh, thank you. Well, he doesn't say, oh, thank you. He says, Dankeschön. And kind of like Germanish. And then Marcel was like, and he leaves. Dankeschön, darling, Dankeschön. I'll see you in that dress. What a mess, I confess. Good old Ferris Bueller, you gotta love it. That's pretty much it. Where's my hanky? Damn, I gotta blow my nose, I don't even have my hanky. Crap! Poop! Anyway, move on. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we go to Drew McIntyre against Kofi Kingston. And with Xavier Woods at ringside with Francine. He brought back the trombone. Dirt, dirt, dirt. Doing all that shit. It was a pretty decent match. You know, Kofi using his speed to combat Drew's power. And kind of a back and forth match. Kofi goes for Trouble in Paradise. Drew avoided it. Hits the Future Shock DDT for a near fall. Then they kept going back and forth. And then Drew goes for another Future Shock DDT. Kofi flipped out of that. Knocks McIntyre out the ring. Then he connects with a suicide dive. And then Drew reverses an Irish whip into the steel steps, but Kofi jumps over it. And then Drew avoided a trust dive from Kofi, forearms him right in the face, right near the announcer's table. Then he hits the inverted Alabama slam on the apron. Ow! And then, Michael was like, oh, he's dead! Kofi is out, he is done! So Drew throws him in the ring, goes for the cover. He throws him in the ring, and then he's about to hit the Claymore, but Kofi kind of woke up. He ducked it, hits SOS! Very sloppy SOS, by the way, for a near fall. As Xavier Woods is pissed. And then they go back and forth again. Drew knocked out Kofi with a glass Gokus headbutt. And both men go down. And then, well, it's time to go to sleep again because one half of the Nitro Raiders, Ivar and Valhalla, Sarah Logan, come out. Ivar attacks Xavier Woods from behind, throws him into the barricade, hits the crossbody into the barricade. Ow! And then Kofi sees this, but Drew pulled him back, hits the Claymore kick. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre gets the win. Match I gave 3 out of 5 stars. And then people on Twitter are like, oh, Drew's gonna join up with the Nitro Raiders. I'm like, no. Stop it. Get some help. And that's pretty much it. Alright, we move on with that. Alright, so Drew gets the win, and 3 out of 5 stars, and then after the match, Ivar gets in the ring, after staring at Drew. Drew's like, oh, sir. Basically leaves Kofi and Xavier Woods to die, even though basically Xavier Woods was dead at ringside. So Ivar goes up top, hits that big-time moonsault again, and basically, Michael Cole's like, Kofi is, motionless in the ring, and then Ivar hits that big-time moonsault. All you see is Cole go, boing! I was like, wow. So, yeah. So, Drew's eventual heel turn starting to come around. Eventually, he will turn full heel. Probably soon. We'll see. And that's that. We move on. Alright, we go to the back where we have Walter basically chewing out Fabian Aichnuke backstage. He's like, yo, we don't do that. And he's talking in German or Austrian, whatever language he's speaking. And then Marcel Barthel comes up, and Walter starts yelling at him too. He says, if he loses, we got a problem. If you lose, we got a problem. He says, I take responsibility for my matches, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I'm going to take care of my problem and my mess with Tommaso Ciampa by myself. So we got that. Alright, so I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then after that, we go to break and come back. Byron Saxton is in the back with Ivar and Valhalla. Wants to know what's going on. It's like, why did you do that? Why did you take out Kofi and Xavier Woods? So Ivar's like, well, they took out Eric, I think his shoulder, or his leg, I don't know what he has, what injury he has. And then basically Valhalla says, it's an eye for an eye. There you go. So you take out my partner, I'm going to take out both of you. Alright, so I get a 2.25 out of 5 stars. Let me move on. Alright, then we find out that next week on the program, we got Becky Lynch, the man, or Tiffany Stratton, defending the NXT Women's Championship against Tegan Nox. And we got a contract signing for the WWE Intercontinental title between Walter and Tommaso Ciampa, the Psycho Killer. So there you go. So we have the world title on the line between Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura in a last man standing match. We got a Intercontinental title match between Walter and Tommaso Ciampa. We got, right now, a 2-on-1 handicap match between Cena, Solo, and Jimmy Uso. That's 3. And that's it. We got 3 matches already on the card for Fastlane. Probably going to be 3, maybe 4 more matches, maybe 5. We'll see. Between Friday Night SmackDown and the Go Home shows next week. And that's it. So, at least the card is finally being finalized. So we get that. Alright, then we go to your main event of the evening for the Undisputed Tag Team belts. We have Finn and Priest taking on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a rematch from Payback. This was a brutal match, slobber knocker galore. And it was really, really, really chaotic. Back and forth they went. Let's just cut to the chase here. Dirty Dom comes out, gets on the apron after Sammy hits Priest with the exploder in the corner. Lines up the hell of a kick, but Dom got on the apron. Sammy goes after him. Poppy Priest grabs Sammy for the Laser Zig Chico, but Sammy slides out of it. Then he sidesteps an avalanche attempt, and Priest hit his head on the ring post. Grabs him, hits the Blue Thunder Bomb, and we all know that doesn't work. Only worked twice. And Balor comes in and break up the pin. Then it just gets more chaotic. Everything breaks down. Priest connects with a flatliner for a near fall. Dominic yells at the ref. And then Jey Uso comes out. He takes out Dominic on the outside. And then JD McDonough comes from the other side of the ring. And then, like, all-out chaos happens. Cody Rhodes comes out. Cody hits a suicide dive onto JD McDonough right around the announcer's table. Kind of hit Michael Cole a little bit because he kind of, like, he was talking and getting hit at the same time. Hit him harder so I can take his job. And then Jey Uso, they start brawling up the ramp. Jey Uso joins in. Referees and agents have to come out. Fix this mess. We've still got a match going on. I'm like, where's the DQ in this match? While that's happening, Owens hits the stunner on Finn Balor. But Finn Balor wisely moves to the outside. Poppy Priest comes back in, throws Owens to the outside. Sami Zayn then hits the hell of a kick. And he's like, yeah, I did it! And then JD McDonough grabs one of the title belts, smashes Sammy in the head with it, and basically knocks him out. And then a basically almost unconscious Damian Priest kind of throws his arm over Sammy. 1, 2, 3. Still your undisputed tag team champions, the law firm of Finn and Priest. and the match was chaotic, and I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. After the match, the chaos continues as Finn, Priest, and Dom Dom celebrate in the ring. And then JD McDonagh's at ringside, and all 4 men start to go up the ramp, and then Cody and Jey Uso run back down to attack him again from behind. Kevin and Sammy join in. We have a big 8-man brawl. And then agents and referees have to try to stop this madness. And Michael goes like, "Stop this madness!" Owens hits Dom Dom with the stunner as the show fades to black. And that's it. So that's it for Monday Night Raw. So that's it. So I gave Raw 6.5 out of 10 stars. I thought it was a little bit better than last week's Snooze Fest. A lot of people saying that we're going to get War Games at Fastlane between all of Judgment Day, now with JD McDonough, I should say, against Sammy, Kevin, Jey Uso, and Cody. But I think it's just going to be a traditional 8-man tag team match. It's leaning to War Games at Survivor Series. Whatever that's going to be, maybe Roman gets involved, make it a traditional 5-on-5. But then who's be the 5th man for, Cody's team, per se. You got Roman, Solo. Actually, I don't even think you can do that 5-on-5 because where's Jimmy fit? Can't put 5-on-5 there. Can't have Roman, Solo, Jimmy, Jay, and then the Judgment Day. You can't do that. It's gonna be like a big smorgasbord in that double cage. So I would most likely think it'll be one more guy, probably Roman, and then on the other side, don't know. I don't know how War Games is going to be with those 8 guys, or maybe 10 guys, but we'll see in about a month and a half time. But like I said, I think at Fastlane we're going to get an 8-man tag team war between the Judgment Day and Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, and Sammy and Kevin. And we'll see what happens with that. And that's it. Alright, so once again, 6.5 out of 10 stars for Raw. Better than last week. And that was it. The ending was very chaotic. So there you go. And we move on. Alright, it is very late. I gotta get out of here. So, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Until next time, if you're not down with that, well, you all can go fuck yourselves. And if you're not down with that, you're a bunch of fuckboys. And we all got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. That's it. Adios, my friends. Go to sleep. And if not, just go to sleep. And don't wake up. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, some of you should not even wake up. But I digress. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm out of here. I'm going to sleep. Bye for now. Until next time. Peace. Bye.